Anyone else feel that the WWE is playing things a little too safe? I'm ready for things to get a little bit more interesting. Let's get nuts and take some risks. Right here in Alyx's World. Hello all, and welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm your host, Alyx, just Alyx. This is going to be a Raw review, but not really. I kind of want to just talk about how I'm feeling currently about the WWE product heading into 2026, wrapping things up here in 2025. We're about to enter Rumble season, going into WrestleMania 42. And right now, just being completely honest with you, feels kind of cold, feels pretty stale. And it feels stale because it's too paint by numbers. Everything just feels generic. Nothing much is being done to pique my interest. And as someone that's been watching wrestling for almost 30 years now, it's kind of hard for me to get invested into these things when you can foresee how it's going to turn out. And that's not a bad thing. Predictability is not always bad, but when the execution isn't really all that great either, it makes it even worse. Because sometimes you'll get a storyline that you could see ending a certain way before it even happens. But there are times where you want it to end that way. And so you get excited when it actually happens. It's another thing when you're able to visualize the ending before it comes and it's not all that interesting. And right now, there aren't a lot of things with WWE that's making me very excited to watch it. Part of the reason why I didn't go live tonight, I already knew this episode of Monday Night Raw wasn't going to be anything noteworthy. Was it necessarily bad? Not really, but it wasn't great either. It was just kind of there. And that's what WWE feels like. It's just kind of there, playing it safe. Oh, but Alyx, can't you wait until Mania season? How come WWE only tries at certain periods of the year? Why can't they try all year? I'm not saying blow off your major stories all at once, but treat it like a show. And for the longest period of time, especially here in 2025, it feels like WWE has given us more filler than actual substance. And I don't want to have to deal with that in 2026. I just want them to give me good television. That's it. I don't care how you do it. I'm not picky with who's being pushed. As long as it's good television, I'll just sit back and enjoy what I got. But just kind of getting into Monday Night Raw just to prove my point here. And I'm going to go all over the place. I'm not going to go segment by segment. I'm not going to do this thing where I'm going to break down every minuscule point of the show. That's not me. I just kind of want to talk about where my head is at when it comes to WWE. We got Saturday Night's main event this weekend, and it's all about John Cena's final farewell match, his final match with the WWE. His final opponent is Gunther, who is not someone I was hoping would be his final opponent. When I think about John Cena's final opponent, Gunther is nowhere near that conversation. But the person I would want can't be there because he can't wrestle anymore. So beggars can't be choosers, right? If I was to choose John Cena's final opponent, it would be Kurt Angle. But again, beggars can't be choosers. We got Gunther. And people have been going back and forth over whether Cena should win or lose. When I asked this question to my audience, and I did multiple polls about it, everyone thinks John Cena should win. They don't want Cena to lose. Traditionalists like me believe the legend should put over the current talent going out. So Gunther, in this instance, would win. And man, what that would do for Gunther's career. He already ended Goldberg's career. Now you want him to end Cena's career too? And then he ends up fighting Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Oh my God. This guy's going to be a monster. He already is. He'll be even more of a monster at that point. But do you have Gunther make John Cena tap out? Because that's what he wants to do. He doesn't want to pin him. He wants him to submit, give up. In his final match ever, Cena gives up. Do you do it? Do they have the balls to do it? It would be different. Something tells me, though, I think Cena's going to win. Wouldn't that suck? You did all of that with the Last Time Is Now tournament, had all these wrestlers come in, spent all those weeks, months building to this, only for the winner to lose to John Cena. But the people go home happy. Is that a good idea, though? I'll be honest with you. I kind of want Cena to win. I don't know what it is about Gunther being his opponent, but the idea of Gunther being the one to end Cena's career, he doesn't need it, man. And Gunther can eat a loss here and he'll be just fine. It would break tradition, but they've broken a lot of things when it comes to John Cena. Quite honestly, if it was up to me, he would have stayed heel. And then Cody would have beaten him at Survivor Series. And then maybe had Dominic Mysterio beat him on his way out. Dom should be the one to say he was the last person to beat John Cena. I'm perfectly fine with Gunther making him tap out. I just feel like Gunther doesn't need this. Would you be upset? I wouldn't. I don't know what we're doing currently with this storyline between Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Kairi Sane, and Asuka. The driving force was the abuse between Kairi Sane and Asuka. That was the heart, the meat of the story, right? Asuka was pissed off that Io Sky left because Asuka got power hungry. She got obsessed with this idea that she needs to feel in control. She is the mentor, the head over Io and Kairi, and she wanted respect, right? Io got away. Kairi was forced to stay, and then she got corrupted, which is why she's a pseudo heel right now, right? I'm perfectly fine with that story. I just kind of want to get back to the crux of it, where Asuka's back to abusing Kairi, which will probably happen after they lose the tag team titles. And then we built that into Io Sky versus Asuka for WrestleMania, a match that doesn't need the women's championship. And then you have Kairi turn on Asuka, and that's how we cap off that storyline. And then, of course, Asuka stays heel. Kairi goes out to be a babyface. Io Sky's a babyface. And then, woo, more people to compete for the championships. Look at that. I'm not too sure what this means for Rhea Ripley, though, because I still want Rhea to compete for the women's title. So definitely, potentially have her win the Rumble again, although she doesn't need it. Probably have her win the Elimination Chamber. Yeah, I was hoping Bianca would win the Rumble, but I heard Bianca's getting surgery on her finger, so now I don't know what they're going to do with her. Regardless, Rhea should fight Stephanie Vaquer. She should definitely fight Stephanie Vaquer at WrestleMania, because currently Stephanie's about to fight Raquel Rodriguez, who, over time, has grown on me. I used to despise Raquel. As much as I hate Nikki Bella, I was not the biggest fan of Raquel back when she was hot in NXT, okay? She has completely grown on me this year. This year, she has made strides in terms of improvements inside the ring, as a character, on screen. Yeah, I'm actually open to the idea of her carrying a championship. Not the Women's World Championship, but the Intercontinental Women's title? Why not? I'm up for it. But she's the next opponent for Raquel. She ain't beating her for it. They're going to hold off on Liv Morgan for Rumble, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not, because they're setting up Liv and Roxanne to be women's tag team champs. That's interesting. Okay. And then we're going to use that to help build into their feud for WrestleMania, which is going to involve Dominic Mysterio, because we all know eventually we're going to get that love triangle, right? Liv and Dom are a thing right now, but eventually Roxanne's going to want to get involved, and she's going to play homewrecker, whatever you want to call it. And then Liv is going to get a taste of her medicine. The same thing she did to Rhea is about to happen to her now. I'm excited about that. That's going to be good. That's actually one of the best things they can do with this women's division. And if they line up the women's division that way, Io, Asuka, Kairi, Stephanie Vaquer, and then Liv and Roxanne, oh, already off to a great start when it comes to the Raw women's division. And then, of course, we got Becky and AJ, and then hopefully Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. We'll have to see if Bianca will be okay, because she has to get surgery on her finger. That might take a while to heal up, but it's just one finger, by the way. She might be okay. She can wrap that up. She'll be fine. As for the tag team titles, I have no idea. They're building to something with Bayley and Lyra. Maybe you do that with them. What happened last year after they took Bayley out of WrestleMania? This time she wins it at WrestleMania. Speaking of tag teams, apparently the Usos are back together. So there goes Jey Uso's singles run. Holy shit. It's just over with like that. And they invested a lot of time into Jey Uso as a singles competitor. I don't know if that's the best thing to do right now. He's very, very popular. Not saying we can't transfer that into momentum for their tag team. It's the Usos. I just feel bad that this is how it's ending, right? He won the Rumble. The man won the Rumble, eliminated John Cena, beat Gunther, made him submit at WrestleMania, got a world championship run out of it, and then what happens? He's right back to being a tag team competitor. I don't know if that's a good look for him, but it is what it is. Maybe they lost faith in him as a singles competitor. Got too much heat, got too much complaints. Still very popular, clearly. You can hate on him as an in-ring competitor all you want. The man's over. People love him. But all right, he's back in the tag team division. He'll be working with the New Day and AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. That should be something interesting at least. Give him something to do. As for WrestleMania, I still don't know what the plans are for Roman Reigns yet, but you would think it would involve the Usos somehow, some way, because they're all on the same show, Raw. So let's see what happens. As for the rest of Monday Night Raw, let's talk about Braun Breaker. So Braun Breaker will be fighting CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship on the first Monday Night Raw of the year, which I believe is the 5th or the 6th? The 5th of January. So that Monday Night Raw will be where I believe Braun Breaker becomes your new World Heavyweight Champion. No, he should not win the Rumble. Don't hold this off. I'm tired of this idea of we need to save them for the future. Some of these guys are ready right now. I get that Braun's in his 20s. That doesn't mean you wait 10 years to give him the title. Make him a champion right now. Right now. Give him that experience. Give him that accolade. And then build on top of it. If he's not ready, fine. Take the belt off of him. Try again later. But what if he is ready? You won't know until you give him a shot. I think he's more than ready. Give him the belt. And what you can do, since you got this mass assailant going around that we all know is Austin Theory, that's the night you reveal it's Austin Theory. That's when you do it. You have Austin Theory attack CM Punk, reveal it's him, and that's when Braun Breaker beats him. 1, 2, 3. Spear. World Heavyweight Champ. It's looking like we're going to get Roman and Cody. 3. Now, speaking of Cody Rhodes, he's fighting Oba Femi on Saturday night's main event. They have the card laid out here. Oba Femi beat Ricky Sanks, not Ricky Starks, but Ricky Sanks for the NXT Championship. And now he's fighting Cody Rhodes next Saturday. Look, I understand that people are scared to take risks, but at the same time, what is wrong with taking some risk here and there? We all agree that Oba Femi should beat Cody Rhodes on Saturday, right? I hear some of you saying, oh my God, you can't do that. You can't have an NXT talent beat a main roster talent. Why not? Kevin Owens beat John Cena. What's wrong with that? Why do we have to play it safe all the goddamn time? Why not make a statement? Do you know how big that would be to have Oba Femi beat Cody Rhodes? Why not? If you had to, have Drew McIntyre interfere, cost Cody, have Oba win that way. Although, personally speaking, and I mean this, why not just have Oba beat Cody? Clean. Why not? Screw it. These are characters. These are TV characters. You can make a storyline out of that. And then have Drew run in afterwards and pick up the scraps. Why not? I'm so sick and tired of things being so rigid. Can we break it up a little bit? Just a little bit. You know the plan is to give Javon Evans that NXT Championship. Thank God. Thank heavens. When he won the Iron Survivor match, I said, thank you. They figured it out. It's just like Braun Breaker. Javon Evans is 21, 22. He's young. He's the future. No, he is the now. Javon Evans is the now. He's one of the best talents you got at that age. Don't wait to give him the title. Give him the title right now. And then when he's done with his reign, call him up. I don't give a shit that he's 22, 21, 23. Even better for me. And the more exposure he gets on the main roster, the better he's going to be when he reaches his prime. Absolutely have Javon Evans beat Oba Femi after Oba Femi beats Cody Rhodes. What are you thinking? You're going to put Oba Femi in the same conversation as Brock Lesnar and Drew McIntyre? Yes. And Roman Reigns? Yes. Why not? Stop being so goddamn rigid about everything. Let's create some stars. Don't y'all want to have fun? Don't y'all think that it's time out for WWE playing things safe? Always going by the books? Break it up a little bit. Have some fun. Do something different. So Logan Paul, LA Knight, close the show off. LA Knight needs to be champion. That's all I know. Next year used to be the time to do it. You got plenty of time to give LA Knight the belt. Yes, the World Heavyweight Championship, not the WWE Championship, but you got plenty of time to make it happen. Because that man has been busting his ass for way too long, and it's always something that's stopping him from getting that one moment. He's always expected to make shit work, because that's what the company gives him, shit. And he's just expected to make it work, and I just think it's time out for that. It really is. So, as we close out 2025, and we'll talk more about this when we get into our end of the year awards, I hope WWE learns something from what happened this year. I think in terms of Triple H running the show, this is easily his worst year, creatively speaking. Easily his worst year. Is it necessarily a bad year? Even Triple H's worst year is better than Vince McMahon's worst year. or just Vince McMahon's typical years when he was up top. For how long? He really fell off in the 2010s, that's for sure. It was still a bad year for Triple H, though. The John Cena heel turn was an absolute flop. And it was a flop because they gave up on it. They should have finished what they started. I don't give a damn what the fans say. He should have finished his heel run and then turned babyface in his final match. That's what should have happened. You didn't want to do that because you were scared to take risks. The fans didn't want to boo him. TV character. They can cheer him when he leaves. They didn't want to take the risk. And that's the problem. And that, to me, is what's going to lose Triple H a lot of respect heading into 2026. Is this idea that he's too scared to take risks now. Part of the reason why this year didn't work so much is because they had a lot of great ideas that they just didn't follow through with. Like I said, the John Cena heel turn. But not just that, R-Truth. Remember R-Truth, who was supposed to be released, and they brought him back. Then they gave him a whole new character, Ron Killings. And even I was like, that's the guy who should beat John Cena for the WWE Championship. And then what happened? Kofi turned him back into R-Truth. Just situations like that. Bayley, who's supposed to have a multi-personality gimmick. I have no idea what happened to that. Is that still going? Probably. Don't know yet. We'd like to see that come to fruition eventually because that's such a great story to do. Seth Rollins getting injured. We all knew eventually Braun was going to turn on Seth. That was the ultimate goal. They just sped it up. Now that you sped it up, I hope you give Braun the championship. Not at WrestleMania, by the way. But that entire run with Division, it just never really clicked. There was something about Seth being the leader of that group, and then, of course, adding Brock Lesnar and Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed and Logan Paul. There was something about it that just wasn't clicking. I don't know. What made it work was when they added Becky. That was something. That had something to it, but they just never were able to maximize it. This was not a great year for WWE creatively. And we can blame Triple H. We can blame multiple parts of it. I mean, The Rock had to go do Hollywood, which neutered the John Cena heel run. If John Cena would have had The Rock alongside him, you could have easily gotten this to Survivor Series. If not, definitely to this week's Saturday Night's main event. And people wouldn't have complained as much if The Rock had stuck around. But beggars can't be choosers. What's happened has happened. All we can do is just learn from it. So let me close off by talking about the rest of the matches on Saturday Night's main event. Sol Ruca is taking on Bayley. I am expecting Sol Ruca to win that match because Sol Ruca needs to be pushed to the moon. The best finisher in wrestling, bar none. She needs to win a lot. Every time she hits it, no one kicks out. I think we're doing a tag team championship match between AJ Styles, Dragon Lee. Is it Javon Evans and Leon Slater? What a tag team match. Absolutely, I'm excited for that. Of course, they won't win, but you know that match is going to be killer. Cody Rhodes versus Oba Femi. Already talked about it. Oba Femi needs to win. Yes, Drew McIntyre will interfere and help him win. Okay, whatever. But regardless, Oba needs to win. If it was up to me, it would be a squash match. Yeah, I said it. And then John Cena's final match. You know what? Screw it. Have John Cena beat Gunther. Just have him beat Gunther. I don't care at this point. The whole thing's a fucking flop. It's nowhere near what it was supposed to be, so you might as well just have John Cena go out on top and beat Gunther. And Gunther could take the loss. Now, if you have Gunther make John Cena tap out, wonderful. Great. Now you have a mega heel, and he'll go on to beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, making him even more of a heel. But I don't think they're going to do that. I think Cena wins his last match, and you know what? I won't complain about it. The only time where Super Cena wins, LOL, and I'll actually be like, yep, that's appropriate. I think that's going to do it for this video. We'll talk more about Rumble season, WrestleMania, and other stuff heading into 2026 and later videos. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. Do all the YouTube things, like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and Venmo. I love you all, and I'll catch you guys next time right here in Alyx's world. The place that is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm out. Peace.